Hi, everyone. Welcome to Mini Scroll, the daily internet culture podcast bringing you the biggest stories from social media, the creator economy, and the digital space every Monday through Thursday. I'm your host, Lauren Meisner, the founder of the youth digital media brand, Centennial World. Welcome back to Mini Scroll, everyone. Happy Monday. So before I get into the stories for today, I wanted to give you guys a little update because tomorrow, instead of a typical mini scroll episode, I have an interview coming for you guys with a Stan account that I have spoken about on this podcast before. They reached out to us. They saw that I spoke about them a while ago and they wanted to come on the pod, and it took a little while to make it happen, but we made it happen. I'm so excited for you guys to hear this interview. I've actually never interviewed someone who runs like a celebrity update account, a Stan account. I feel like it's such a unique kind of way to immerse yourself in internet culture and the creator economy. And it was a really insightful, interesting conversation. I'm excited for you guys to hear that. But if you have any guesses on who I could be interviewing, put them down below. All right, let's just get into the stories for today. So the first story, of course, we need to talk about the Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul boxing fight and how it was kind of a flop. So over the weekend, 58-year-old Mike Tyson fought 27-year-old Jake Paul in a boxing match. As sports experts predicted, Jake won, which was sad for all of us. I mean, I saw a lot of my friends watch and they were like, I couldn't believe that Jake Paul won. Like, this must have been rigged. But there was such an age difference. Jake has been training and fighting professionally as a boxer now for years. If you watched it, you would have noticed. But it seemed like Mike Tyson was just so tired. He just gave off melancholy. He just didn't really care. I wasn't surprised that Jake won, but I was sad that Jake won. So even though he did win, basically no one was rooting for him. He was booed by the stadium of almost 80,000 people when he entered. By the way, he entered on a car, and Logan, his brother, was sitting beside him, spraying this body spray all over him the whole time. I presume that they are sponsored by it or have some type of investment in it. I don't think they own it. At first, I was like, is he spraying Prime on him? Anyways, I don't know. He was spraying this body spray. It was so cringe. I actually reposted a TikTok that was women are so dramatic. Also men. And then it was just a video of Jake entering the stadium on this car with Logan beside him, spraying him. I was like, that is literally perfect. So it did break Netflix records. 60 million households reportedly tuned in for this. But according to many reports, it seems that a lot of people tuned in the hopes of watching Mike Tyson destroy Jake Paul, and that's why I tuned in. I knew it was far-fetched, but I was still hopeful that Jake would get absolutely annihilated and embarrassed, and unfortunately, that's not what happened. But overall, the reception to this fight was so underwhelming. I think there was a lot of hype leading up to it. People were really excited to watch it and just to see how it went down. And to put it frankly, it was just really boring. So as Kelsey Weekman writes for Yahoo, quote, "The fight itself was depressing and difficult to watch. The people I spoke to who were anticipating a quick and violent showing from Tyson were horribly disappointed. It was immediately apparent that he was tired, and in return, Paul wasn't fighting him very hard. That continued for all 8 of the abbreviated 2-minute rounds. At a press conference after the fight, Paul said he never felt Tyson's power." And I think that sums it up. I actually left in the middle of the fight to take a shower because that's how bored I was. And to be fair, I'm not a sports girly, but I found it so boring. I also couldn't get over how much hugging there is in boxing. I posted about this on my Instagram story, but I had to Google, why is there so much hugging in boxing? I didn't realize. I mean, I don't know. I don't really watch boxing. But, they just kept hugging. And I was like, this is actually kind of, romantic and cute. These, alpha male bros who are, sweaty and topless, just, engaged in all of these embraces publicly for millions of people to watch. I thought that was beautiful. Okay, the next story that I have is I need to break down the Samantha and Cecily Bachmann pajama drama. So Samantha and Cecily are mommy and parenting influencers who I think are sister-in-laws. Sisters-in-law? sisters-in-law. I think they are married to brothers. So last week, they launched a brand called For the Mems that sells holiday-themed pajamas. And these pajamas were priced at $97 a set. Now, I actually do want to preface by saying Cecily was just in some drama. So she has kind of like a bad reputation at the moment. I mean, I don't know, maybe she always has a bad reputation. I wasn't really familiar with her until the hurricane situation in Florida. So she was posting about how her family was like going on a family trip to Florida and they weren't going to cancel their trip despite all of the evacuation orders and people in Florida like saying, we don't have anywhere to stay. Like, please, if you're like booking a hotel and like on your vacation, like give that room to someone that lives in Florida that needs to evacuate. Anyways, her family did go to Florida and I believe they left like a day or two after because then there were like official evacuation orders and she ended up apologizing and saying, well, I don't know if it was like a full apology, but she did end up admitting that it was like a mistake to go on her vacation. So that was still fairly recent, right? So in the court of public opinion, people are not really loving her right now. Then she launched these PJs for $97 a set. This had people mad. Then people did a quality check, so like went on the website, wanted to see what it was made of. Maybe these are high-end luxury items, so it doesn't seem like that. So the pajamas are made of polyester and rayon, first of all. And then when you go on the website, the marketing is kind of crazy. So the pajamas are wrinkled in like almost every single product photo, and I actually can't describe it. You just have to go and look. It looks like they were in plastic bags, like, you know, those bags that you get like clothes in from fast fashion. Like they opened them up and like no one steamed them, no one ironed them. Whoever was doing their product photography didn't give a flying fuck. And one person, I wasn't able to verify this myself. I couldn't find this photo, but one person shared a photo where it looked like there was hair stuck to the PJs and it was photographed and apparently posted on the website. So then Samantha and Cecily, amid all of this backlash, lowered the price to $75 and claimed that they wouldn't make a profit even if they sold out from this. So who knows about this, obviously, but Reddit and TikTok have done some digging, and it seems like the products likely cost them between $8 and $22 to manufacture. Now, when they say that they won't make any money if they lower it to $75, I'm going to say that's probably not like an outright lie. They're probably considering everything that it took to launch the brand, like price-wise, right? So like paying for the photo shoot, paying for their website, the marketing, all of that stuff. I'm assuming that's what they're considering when they're saying like, we won't make a profit, they'll break even or whatever on everything that they've spent on this launch. Okay, but then it gets more interesting because over the weekend, another big creator named Gabby Egan posted that she had purchased the PJs to give a review, partly because of all the drama surrounding them. She was like, I'm just going to bite the bullet and pay for these, but also because she has been considering launching her own pajamas and she's been talking to manufacturers and she wanted to manufacture bamboo pajamas, but they were going to be too expensive. So she was like, I just want to see what all the fuss is about these pajamas. I'm in the market to manufacture my own. I'm going to buy them and give you guys a review. She didn't say anything about what she anticipated the quality to be. She didn't say that she was going to post any type of biased review. She was just like, I want to see what they're like. One day later, Gabby got an email that her order was canceled. And then when she posted a video about her order getting canceled, Samantha commented on this video. Samantha wrote, "We canceled one because we were informed the order was placed with intent to post a negative review regardless of the quality of the product. It's defamation and malicious intent." Again, she never said she was going to post a negative review. And then Samantha DM'd her. And in the DM, she said, "We were informed that you posted on Reddit before you even received the order that you were intended to leave a bad review regardless of the quality," which is a crime. So Gabby's like, I don't even have Reddit. She's like, I have one Reddit account to lurk my own snark Reddit, but I've never posted on Reddit. Like I've never commented. So I'm assuming they saw her video where she was like, I'm going to buy them and post a review. And they got scared because she has a really big following. They were possibly worried because of the size of her following. Like this was already kind of out of control, right? Like the narrative around these PJs and like the drama around these PJs was like spiraling. And I think they worried that somebody with such a big following, if she did give a less than positive review, that this would just keep going. It would just get bigger and bigger. So I presume that they thought she was going to like jump on the hate train and they wanted to stop that. I do think that they believed she was going to give them a negative review. I'm not sure if that's just because they don't believe in the quality of their products or if it's just because there's just so much negativity coming at them right now that any type of feedback that they received, even if it's completely neutral, the way that she's like, I'm just going to buy them and give you guys a review, they have this like negativity bias right now towards everything because it is like blowing up around them. That's maybe giving them the benefit of the doubt. And I think this is just an example of like, if you are not a luxury, like aspirational influencer, unfortunately, you probably cannot launch anything that is in that category because it doesn't align with your brand. And that's not to say that people wouldn't pay $97 for a set of PJs. They would. They would pay $97 for a set of PJs launched by like Sophia Richie. That would get no backlash, you know? But from two mommy bloggers who are like sharing what it's like to be a stay-at-home mom and tips for parenting and, you know, showing this kind of like wholesome family life, you know, their followers are probably everyday mothers, you know, maybe a lot of stay-at-home moms who are living off of one income if they are stay-at-home moms. Like, it's off-brand. It didn't make sense for like who they're targeting and the type of content they post. I feel like maybe like Rachel Parcell could launch $97 pajamas and it would go over okay because again, she leans much more into that aspirational luxury influencer, like mommy vlogger influencer vibe, even though she is posting like not similar content, but she is posting, you know, that kind of like parenting mom content, but it's from a different angle, you know? Okay, and the last story that I have for you guys, you know I love to sometimes end on like a little TikTok trend. So I wanted to talk about the latest TikTok trend that is like all over my For You page. I'm sure some of you guys have seen it too, but the women in male fields trend. Okay, so this is just a trend for the girls. If you are a boy, don't do this fucking trend, okay? I'm gonna talk about how men are like trying to co-opt it. Don't. So women are posting these quick little stories about times when they've basically given men a taste of their own medicine in relationships or dating. So these videos are always set to a Nicki Minaj song, and it's just like a single frame video of the woman laughing or like kissing at the camera or just doing something like really mundane, like sipping their coffee or something, with the text over top of the screen explaining her story. And then it ends with the hashtag women in male fields. And you put the hashtag on the video as well as in the caption. So let me read you some examples so you can understand. Okay, so one of the examples is when he says, I'm a medical student, and I say, oh cool, what kind of nurse do you want to be? Hashtag women in male fields. When he said he liked F1, so I asked what DRS stood for and told him he only likes the sport for the drivers. Hashtag women in male fields. Responding when asked how my weekend was with, my son's dad was sick, so I was stuck on mom duty all weekend. Hashtag women in male fields. He sent me a paragraph explaining how he felt, and I replied with, IDK what you want me to say RN. Hashtag women in male fields. Okay, so you get the gist. So these stories, obviously, a lot of them are not true. I'm sure they're just kind of women like making jokes about different ways that they've been treated, the ways that men speak to them, the ways that men speak about their roles in society, gender roles, and kind of flipping it, right? So men are getting defensive in the comment sections of these videos, trying to defend their bad behavior, and I think that actually makes it even better. It like drives the point home even more. And now, of course, because we can't have nice things, men are flipping this, taking this and like flipping it themselves, using it against us, and basically creating their own version of this trend for themselves. Do not do this. This is a trend for women. Fuck off. Just like let us have this. Like men, especially in relationships and dating, which is what a lot of these are, like most of them are related to that. Like men are so shit. Like just let us enjoy the commiseration together in like a funny, lighthearted, jovial way. Like truly, fuck off. Okay. Anyways, guys, that's it for Mini Scroll today. Thank you so much for listening. Please remember to rate, review, and subscribe. It helps me so much. Please star rate us on Spotify. I'm trying to get our Spotify reviews up. I love you guys, and there will be the amazing interview tomorrow, and then I will talk to you on Wednesday. Okay, bye.